Good morning, SoilFamily. It'll help if I add myself to the stream, right? Good morning, y'all. It's Tuesday, not Monday. It's Tuesday. What is going on? All right, let me make sure I put this thing down. How was y'all weekend? How was y'all's Monday? I missed y'all yesterday. I missed our tasty treat topic, tasty topics yesterday. My goodness. Happy Tuesday. Tell us some news. I know that's right. Like, who want to wait for news? Good morning, Susie. Let me see who all is in here so far. Good morning, Lavender for Luck. We appreciate you and all that you do. Good morning, Susie. Bountiful Harvest. Laquita. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Creative. How is everybody's week going? Y'all getting ready for Thanksgiving or what? What y'all doing? What y'all cooking? Everybody cooking up a storm this week? Anybody? All right. So I ain't gonna hold up Miss Faith too long because we got a guest. We gonna sit and talk for a little while. See what Miss Faith this is. Let me add her. This is our soil sister, Food by Faith. So I did pin Food by Faith channel at the top. I think I pinned it. So y'all make sure y'all go check out Food by Faith. You know, she got a lot going on. So make sure you subscribe. Check out a couple of her videos. Talk to her because she will talk back to you. So she is located in Georgia and she is doing her thing. Got all your Thanksgiving shopping done. My dad and sister are cooking. That sounds great. My husband is cooking for the most part. I'm gonna fix them pies for him. And I'm gonna fix lemon zucchini bread.
You have got to even if you don't do a video, do a short or something. You have got to tell us how it turns out because I
Oh
know
my
how
God.
you feel about that zucchini bread. So just tell us how it turns out.
So I did a video on the lemon zucchini last week when I did it, but I was so afraid. I'm like, I don't know about this. But oh my God, that that little loaf of bread went like my husband was eating it with spaghetti, and it tastes like lemon cake.
Exactly, and that's what we try to tell people when you're putting zucchini, even sweet potatoes. When you mash up sweet potatoes, even just the sweet potato itself, mash it up, apples, bananas, when you put that inside of a dish, it just adds moisture to it. It's not even carrots. It's not like it adds flavor to it.
Yeah.
With apples and sweet potato, it may add a little sweetness, but
Mm. Oh,
it doesn't take away anything, but it does add moisture. Girl, I was
it
eating
was
them
so good.
zucchini muffins like
It was so good. Good morning, Southern Roots. Good morning, before the
good morning,
billions.
everybody.
Oh my God, it was so good. So yesterday I got some yogurt because I said, let me add a little yogurt in for some moisture
Hmm.
and see how that do. But oh, I said at first I was like, I don't know about this. It looked like lemon, it looked like lime, pieces of lime was in it. So I said it doesn't look like terrifying, but to think about zucchini, I was like, I don't know about that. Oh my God, it was so good.
Because
I was like,
most people think, oh my God, you putting vegetables in muffins, or you putting vegetables in your breakfast cake or something like that. Child, please, that thing tastes good.
oh my goodness. My husband, every time he got a plate of spaghetti, he wanted a piece of that bread. I was like, look, buddy, you ain't gonna get so much bread out of here because
It, it's
he was
only
knocking it down. When it was done, I was like,
it's only one loaf.
it only one loaf. And I said I was gonna do two, but I was so afraid that it wasn't gonna turn out right. But ooh,
Hmm.
that thing was right. Thanks to Miss Laquita. I was like, ooh, zucchini bread? Yeah, we're gonna have
Hmm.
that. We're gonna have that. Good morning at home with
Thank you,
Cherie.
Miss Laquita.
Oh my goodness. So I'm thinking about banana bread because we got some bananas on the table,
Hmm.
but we eating them so fast, so I'm not sure.
I saw
And
him
at home,
harvest them the other day, and they were so pretty. So he harvested them, and then he hung them. Looks like he hung them in. You guys have a covered area, and then they turned yellow. And
yep,
I mean, they weren't huge, which is good for me,
yeah,
but because they just look more homegrown that way. And a lot
mhm,
of people try to compare their produce that they grow in the backyard to what is grown for the stores.
yeah,
I would never do that
never.
because
Even
I mean our stuff is it's more condensed goodness, sweetness. I mean,
yes,
the stuff in the stores, they are pumped full of so many different things so that they can be that size.
yeah, yeah. It's so much better. Even with our meat, it's a huge difference, but it's so much better. So, but we're gonna start off with, hey, G Mama Grows. I'm going to let you look. I don't know why my dog whining, but I'm gonna give you. Let's see if I can do this right. And I want to swap you over because I want you to tell everybody about Food by Faith while I go let my dog out. So you can have to talk to him. Tell him about Food by Faith and tell him about Friendsgiving,
Oh
your big
yes.
announcement.
So, hey everybody that's in the chat. Hey, Creative Redundancy, Miss G Mama Grows, Susie Jacobson, Blind Guy, his wife, Their Life, At Home with Cherie, Lavender for Luck. I hope I'm not missing anybody, but good morning, good morning, good morning. Guys, I am a veteran. I am my husband is now a retiree. So we both were in the military. I was in two branches, he was in the army. Um, and I have always loved food from the garden to the table. I grew up in the country in South Carolina, a place called Walterboro. And, my dad had a lot of land back then. So we grew different things. The rest of my family, they weren't really into it. And once I became older, it's all I thought about. And so I did go to culinary school. I have taken culinary classes in Europe, in Vicenza, Italy, and different portions of Italy. I've taken classes there. I'm a mom. I just love everything about food. And so I run a business called Food by Faith, and I do brunch and baskets. And a lot of my items that I do at the vendor events comes from my garden. And if it doesn't come from my garden, it comes from someone else's garden, and I make jams and jellies and different things out of it and place it in baskets for people's brunch. But this morning, we're here to talk about the Friendsgiving. So, guys, I am a firm believer in everybody deserves something good. And I used to be a postal employee before we moved to Georgia, I lived in a place called Vicenza, Italy. And I was a postal employee there. And as crazy as it sounds, I used to answer Santa Claus letters. And so it happened by chance. So one of the guys that worked with me at the post office, he did not get the kids. We used to have a mailbox strictly for Santa, and one of the postal employees was supposed to get the letters out of the Santa Claus mailbox, and they actually do get mailed off to an area, and a response comes back. Well, he forgot to get them out on time for us to ship them out. So I volunteered to answer all those kids' letters to Santa Claus. And they were so happy. They didn't know that it was me, but their parents were coming into the post office saying, "Oh my God, thank you." The letters were so personal. It took, a bit of time, but I personalized each letter. I took something that the kids asked for, and I put that back in the letter that I responded to them. And I began to do that on Mother's Day for people. I would overhear different soldiers or different civilian employees talking about how they miss their families and they wouldn't be able to see their kids. And so I began to mail out Mother's Day cards to people and Father's Day cards, and just we miss you, happy to see you cards. And to see the smiles on people's faces when they get that card in the mail was amazing to me. And so that's where the Friendsgiving actually came from. And I believe in this time, I mean, so many people, all you're getting in your mailbox is either a bill or some junk mail. And we all want more than that. And so I started it on Facebook, and we know how social media can be. I'm not a big social media person, but it's been kind of going slow. So I wanted to introduce this to my Soil family as well. So, guys, what we're doing is a lot of people on their About channels have their P.O. boxes. And what you can do is take their P.O. box, send them some seeds, send them a recipe, send them a card just to say, we're thinking of you, we enjoy your channel, so that everybody can get some happy mail. And that's what the Friendsgiving is all about. And I like how Juicing with Jay, he has on his page where he calls it paying it forward. And that's what I feel the Friendsgiving is. We're all paying it forward. So whoever sends me something, whether you send me something or not, today is my day that I'm going through all the About pages, and I'm going to get down their P.O. boxes. And I'm going to send out either some seeds, I'm going to send out a recipe that I can remember all the ingredients to, and just a little something that says, hey, we're thinking about you. You're not alone during this season. Keep your head up. And that's what the Friendsgiving is all about.
Sounds good. I mean, we all have something to share. I'm trying to figure out what the feedback is. We all have, something to share. And even if, like you said, a simple little note, personal note to somebody that, you like something you saw on their channel, or just to show your appreciation. I can think of a whole lot of people that I can show appreciations to just because of the content they put out. Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody teaching something somehow. It's something that somebody is like, wow, I never knew that. Or that's an easier way or a better way to do it. And we learn so much from each other. We have to take time to thank each other somehow. Or you can't thank everybody.
Exactly.
Again, like this. But to send somebody something in the mail and they say, wow, somebody was thinking about me today. And you never know how you might brighten up that person's just that day from that one little simple piece of
From that
mail.
one little simple thing. I was on a live last night, and you had sent someone a little small card, and she was just so happy about that card, and that blew me away. And that lets us know that it's the little things that we do for people. And she read your card off, and she was like, it's just so amazing. And a couple of years ago, there was a young lady that I was in the Air Force Reserves with, and I knew that she was a single mom, but she's an amazing nurse, and she's done a lot of good things. And so I went through my address book, and I sent her this cute little ornament. It wasn't nothing too expensive, and I sent her, a few words of encouragement.
Mhm.
And she sent me an email, and she said, I was crying my eyes out, and I stopped for a moment. She said, to gather myself to go and check the mail. And she said, in the mail was your card. She said, you have no idea what I'm going through right now. We haven't talked in a little while. She said, but that just made me realize that what I'm doing is not in vain. I said, girl, you're amazing. Do not. Our problem sometimes is we compare ourselves to others, and that can happen in the garden community a lot. There was a young lady that was in our garden community at one point, and she put this long comment one time about how she felt so bad because she wasn't canning, and she should be doing better. And I was like, honey, wait. I said, where you live, is there a nice grocery store that has canned goods? And she commented back and said, yes. I said, go buy them. It's
Yes.
okay. It is okay.
Yes.
Canning is not for everybody. Drying, preserving, all those different things, it's not for everybody. Stop comparing yourself to someone else's journey.
Yeah.
There are times where we grow things that we've seen other people grow. That's just fine. But if that item is not a success, well, guess what? Maybe it's not meant to grow in your zone.
Yeah, and it's okay. Like, you know, keeping up with the Joneses is definitely not. That's not healthy at all.
Mm-mm.
And like we call everybody our soil family, and people say, "Well, I don't." Some people say, "I don't garden. I don't grow anything. I don't have a green thumb." Well, it's not just about gardening and growing out there in the dirt, because like my husband said it the best a couple weeks ago. We are soil family somehow. You may be growing YouTube spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically, whatever you are doing, somehow is growth in everybody. So that make us all soil family. So one thing we shouldn't do is try to keep up with each other, because what may be for you ain't for me.
Exactly.
So why would I disappoint myself trying to keep up? And it's just not for me. But hey, if you want to try your hands at anything, people put content out to inform people that this is
Mm-hmm.
possible, it can be done. Now, some things you have to have a little common sense or figure out, is it for me? And if you try it and it doesn't work out, not a problem. Either I need to try something different this time with that same thing, or maybe that's just not for me. But it's nothing to beat yourself up. And one thing I don't do is keep up with people, because I can
Mm-mm.
only keep up with myself. But I do what I can, and now that I'm a content creator, I do try to um, put it out there so other people can see. Because, like some people say, I couldn't butcher my chickens, or I couldn't do this. Well, can't is a huge word.
Very huge.
So if push comes to shove and you need to eat, you may retract that. So I said for a long time, my husband can do what he wants. I am not eating those chickens. Let me tell you, that is the best chicken in the world. So, you know, sometimes I say, well, if somebody can see scary me, especially my family back in Virginia, they see that Sherry is gardening and she got a little small homestead or whatever. Wow, if she can do that, I can do it. So, it's nothing rocket scientist. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do a lot of this, but we learn from each other, and that's the good part about this community. Like, we all come together, and if I have something I can share, hey, share it. If I have seeds I can send, look, I'm in seed heaven. I'm in seed heaven. I got a whole notebook where I just sit here and I go through every seed. At Home with Cherie sent me some amazing seeds. I go through them. Lioncrest sent me, we got watermelon seeds from Lioncrest. I can't wait. I'm planting 3 types of watermelon. We got tons of seeds from Free Handedly Made. So I'm now a seed head. And I know my husband like, you tripping with all these seeds? No. We're gonna have watermelon coming out of our ears. But
It gets so exciting, Sherry. I'm
so
serious. It
excited.
gets so exciting. I was looking at Pharmacue the other day with the white cucumbers. I was like, now I don't need that, but I'm going on Flipside Market and buy it anyway.
You never know. You
I
never
watch
know.
At Home with Cherie, and she's so serious. And I always compare you and Dan Permaculture Food Forest. He's in Florida, you guys are in Savannah, but
Hmm.
you guys have like both of you have the most amazing tropical homesteads. It is so crazy the things that you guys can grow. Now I know here in my zone, some of those things I can't grow, but I'm still gonna watch y'all because
That's right.
it's amazing to me. My sister, she lives locally here with me, and
Mm.
when I first started gardening here, when we first bought the house, immediately I bought some garden beds. I bought 2 small ones. And she was like, I'm not eating nothing out of your garden. I'd rather go to IGA. And so I laughed and I joked. I didn't say a word. I said, that's just fine. Her husband needed something one day, collard greens. He needed some greens. And they didn't feel like going to the store. I ain't say a word. Now my backyard was
Mhm.
full of greens. So finally, my brother-in-law, he called. He was like, "You got some greens back there?" I said, "I sure do. Y'all welcome to come and get as many as y'all want." I told him, I said, and that's how, when you were saying about the chickens, my sister, growing up, because she did not like gardening. She
Mhm.
didn't want anything to do with it. But now I got her son has a whole her back patio. I started a garden for him back there in containers, and he loved it. He watches over it. He goes out there. He's in high school. He's in 11th grade, and he watches over everything. He gives me updates. He lets me know whether he needs fertilizer and different things like that. And so that kind of brought her back to the interest of it. And it's
Mhm.
just amazing. When I get seeds, I share it with them. I bought a big flat of strawberry plugs. I shared it with my sister that's here and my nieces and nephews in South Carolina. And you should see them. They just watch over those little strawberry plugs. Auntie Shaka, they're doing this and they're doing that and they're doing this. And I'm like, yep, they're gonna grow. And in spring, you guys gonna get some strawberries. You gotta kind of watch them before the ants get them. But
Yeah.
it's just the little things. We don't know who's watching us. We don't
Yeah.
know who they may not be saying anything, but they're watching out. And like Laura said, she's like, she's her comment was, folks, I grew everything in the world in my garden, and it's not small, but I cannot get my kale and mustard to grow for some reason. So we all have different issues, and I don't let
Mhm.
it knock me down. I had
Yeah.
some beans out there that decided that they did not want to grow. I went outside the other day. I plucked every one of them up. They were stunted. I tilled them into my garden bed, and I put something else down.
Yeah. When people say they having issues with something, I say, well, hit Farmer Q up because
Yes.
he can teach you to grow anything. I'm like, he can teach you to grow anything, but you know, all of us, it's always somebody to learn something from.
Hmm.
And the first week we sat and watched Farmer Q, it was like, wow. I mean, just to listen to him. And I was telling my husband, he isn't reading anything. I mean, he isn't just sitting there like, oh, let me look it up
Is
right
that
quick.
he's not reading out of a book? He's like just legit telling you what he knows, and then he has his notes. And I'm
Yep.
just this dude is amazing.
So sincere about it. And that's what's great about this community. Like just going through everybody's channel and seeing what they doing. Look at how at home with Cherie with those seeds.
Hmm.
I'm like, chocolate bell pepper was driving me crazy. I got those seeds. It was like Christmas in here last week when I opened those seeds. I was like, chocolate bell pepper just blew my mind. I don't even like bell pepper, but I'm growing them and I'm gonna learn to love them.
Cherie will try anything once. She will put them seeds in the ground and she will try. And I love that. I mean, I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
When she says she's a scientist, believe it. Believe it because she does. I love her knowledge. And what one of the things I really enjoy about her is she never knocks anybody.
yeah,
So even though she knows that your science isn't really the truth, she never knocks anybody. She just gives the knowledge that she knows. And
yeah,
I enjoy that. So
yes.
before I even had a yard, I had this book, right? And it's called Exotic Fruit and
And
Vegetables
vegetables.
Handbook.
Mhm.
And so a lot of people tend to ask me, well, you stay in the suburbs with, a third of an acre back there. It seems like it's big, but it's not.
Mhm.
And how do you know so much about different fruits and vegetables? I read. I like food. And so whenever I'm when we were overseas, you could go to they had small refrigerators. And that's
Mhm.
because they grocery shopped at the farmers market 3 times a week. So the farmers market came to your neighborhood. The different farmers brought their produce. There were people who brought fish. There were people who brought different meats and cheeses and even milk. And so I would go and I would see all these different things. And I'm like, my husband's like, you're not going to buy. Yes, I am. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy one of this. I'm going to buy one of this. I'm going to buy because I want to see what it is. It may be good. It may be disgusting, and
Yeah.
that's where one Thanksgiving we were looking for collard greens. We just had moved overseas. And I was like, these folks, they don't grow collard greens. But there was this green that looked like collard greens.
Mhm.
And so I brought it home. I cooked it up and we all ate it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It was what most people call dragon kale, but over there they call it cavallo nero, and which translates to black kale.
Oh, okay.
That thing is good. And
What?
so that's where I learned about that and about the Meyer lemons because they grew lemons just like people grow weeds. You know,
Hmm.
all those different things I learned about it, but that's because I'm interested in food. I
Yeah.
like knowing where my food comes from. You know, I watch you guys and you're growing pineapples and passion fruit and mangoes and all those different things and I'm like, if only. I tried pineapple one time. That thing looked so sad outside.
Oh, you can definitely grow a pineapple, and I grow my pineapples, most of them in pots. So we just put some in the ground this year because we had so many. So I mean, but it's so easy, and I guess I can say that because of our climate. But
Mhm.
then we do have the challenge of some cold weather. So like now, some evenings get cool, but we keep our eye on it, and we just do the extra work to protect them so that they can keep that tropical feel a little bit, but know that hey, you're in a different climate, so it's gonna get a little cold, but we want you to survive too. So and so far everything is still doing good. So yeah.
And at home, Cherie, she had a comment and it says they grow those blood oranges down in Sicily.
Mm,
So, Cherie, they grow, not only do they grow the different types of oranges, but whenever you go to a place called the Amalfi Coast and Sorrento and all that, they have lemons that are this big.
man.
And I mean, we just took pictures and pictures. It blows your mind. And my mom, she delivers mail in South Carolina, and she delivers mail on a place called Bennett's Point.
Mm,
So Bennett's Point is out on the water, and those people out there, they grow all different types of citrus. And so I am working very hard. That's one of my goals is to be able to purchase some land out there. When my mom goes to deliver mail, for during the holidays, she gets gifts of fresh shrimp, fresh fish. They give her oranges, they give her lemons. And I mean, they'll stop her. Or the other day, she drove past someone's house and they had an amazing orange tree outside. She called me to tell me about it. She was like, I put a note in their mailbox and said, if ever you want to get rid of some oranges, I'll take them. And when she went back to deliver the mail the next day, the lady was standing outside with a bag of oranges for her. And it's
yep.
just those little things. And a lot of
Yeah.
times she gets the lemons and she gives them to me. So I made lots of lemon extract last year and I dehydrated lemon zest. And so it's just a blessing. She knows how much I enjoy the thing. So she asked. And a
Yeah.
lot of times they always say yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's some most of the time that's all you have to do is ask. I mean, sometimes people are not so friendly or not so
Hmm.
sharing or caring, but hey, how many of those do you run into in the world? I mean, it's
Yeah.
a lot out there, but it doesn't hurt to try at
It
least
doesn't
because
hurt to
some
try.
people they do want to share, but a lot of people just don't know who to share with or who will be open to sharing. So it doesn't hurt, but why let things go to waste? Because you grow and then you grow so much to where you can't consume it all. So why would you just let it sit out there and go to waste or bring it in just to throw it away or whatever you do with it? So yeah.
And that's something I heard on the New Orleans Gardener channel. She always talks about not wasting your produce. You
Mm-hmm.
grow it, yeah, it looks beautiful, but you need to eat it. Or there was a young lady on a garden group on Facebook, and she had grown a bunch of herbs that she didn't eat. And she was like, "Well, what am I supposed to do with them?" And I was like, "Well, you can give them away." I mean, a lot of people didn't like my answer, but if you're growing stuff that you don't like, one, I'm not growing anything I don't like.
Yeah.
But if I just so happen to experiment with something and I grow it and I don't like it, I give it away or ask for a donation or something like that if you don't want to just give something away like that. Oh, thanks for coming in, free-handedly made.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by free handle. That's all somebody else leaving. But hello to everybody I haven't spoke to. Oh, Brenda Baker. Have a good day, Brenda Baker. Thanks for helping. Brenda Baker and Blind Guy dropping links. So
Thank
I
you
love
guys.
dropping links. Yeah.
Hey, Princess C. I don't think we saw you come in or our Okie Homestead. Thanks for listening in.
Yeah. Princess C, I see what she asked. Did she ask who was a scientist? We were talking
Oh,
about,
that's Cherie.
yeah, at home with Cherie.
At home with Cherie, and then Lioncrest Outdoor Farmer Q is the professor.
Yes. So all, I mean, let me tell y'all, it's a great circle of teachers.
Yes.
It's a great circle of teachers. I mean, you can learn how to cook what you grow what you cook, dry it, something. Nothing will go to waste throughout this community. I mean, and it's huge. MT Homestead, I saw MT Homestead. I know he listening. He at work. Great community. Um, Lots of growers. I saw Bland's Promised Land this morning. Just put out a
Hmm.
video of them processing their turkey out.
That's one that I'm gonna look at later on.
Let me tell
I
you,
was like, oh wow, I want to see that.
I waited till the last minute. Casey said yesterday, if you don't have your turkey, I had just picked my turkey up when Casey released this video yesterday. Went in Walmart and the turkey was like $30, 25, $30 for a 10, 12 pound turkey. I'm like, no.
Like,
Two
wait a
dollars and
minute,
eighty nine
we
cents.
might have to eat them chickens.
I said we gonna rotisserie a chicken and just call it a meal. It'll be okay. I went to Publix and they had butterball turkeys too for 99 cents a pound. I was like, okay, that's a whole lot better. So let me see. I wish I'd have caught those 39 cents a pound turkeys at Food Line, but I said that's okay. But then I saw them this morning processing they turkey. I was like, man. I said Monica did it because I can't clean them out, but whew, I could definitely pluck them for my husband to clean. But
Now, when I
no.
was growing up, we did not. No one in our family had any type of chickens, turkeys, anything like that. But they did hunt deer. I don't eat
Mhm.
deer meat, but they did hunt deer. And my aunt and uncle, for as long as I can remember, they slaughtered hogs,
Mm.
and they made a big celebration out of it. I mean, growing up, they lived in an area we called Azalea Patch. And
Mhm.
the reason why it was called Azalea Patch was because when you're driving up to their house, it is amazing azaleas of all kinds, just all over, from
Wow.
the head of the road all the way down to when you get down their dirt road.
Mm.
And they
And
have,
they in bloom now.
yeah, I mean, just beautiful. And they would grow these turkeys. They would grow these hogs, and my uncle would feed them. That was one of his jobs. He would feed them, and then they would have the slaughtering. And once they did the slaughtering, they would have an amazing barbecue. So they would invite her side of the family,
Mhm.
and then his side of the family. We would all come out, and we would all, give them money for, like, my mom and them would give them money for sausage and for different portions. So
Yeah.
they didn't even really have to sell the hogs to anybody else, because our families would buy them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would give them, my mom, I always remember my mom saying, oh, make sure you put this aside for me. Make sure you put that aside for me. And they would also roast an entire hog overnight for everybody to enjoy. It was an amazing thing. And most
Yeah.
people get freaked out by that. But I was just like, oh my gosh, just watching, they're not pets. So you
Yeah.
just watch as my uncle would feed them, and they would get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
And
All
then
you doing is keeping them healthy and
exactly.
getting them ready. So that's how we just breed our rabbits. We breed one of our rabbits on Sunday. So now I will nurture the mother until she have her babies. I'm gonna try to catch her, setting up because she should take care of her own babies. But I do want to get some content of her how she prepared for them the week before, and I'll take care of her and the babies and raise them. And then my husband will do his thing when it's time because the purpose in it is to help us become more self sufficient, not
Exactly.
depend on the store so much. And the meat is supposed to be so healthy I'm thinking, what can we cut out that's very unhealthy and just add more rabbit to because it's so healthy. So I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God!" My sister-in-law said, "I'm not watching that video." Okay, I know it's okay, and I understand it's not for everybody, but hey, this is just the homesteading way of living, so
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Good morning, Miss Journey. Glad you could join us, but I definitely want y'all to join in, if you can, on the Friendsgiving and, send somebody a hello, a
Yes.
happy Thanksgiving or happy holidays. Simple. It doesn't have to be no long story about anything. It could be something as simple as how do you do something
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Simple. It could be simple. It could be a question. It could be it can be a lot of things. So, definitely keep your eyes open and think about each other during this holiday season. You know, you still got to be safe. Things are not 100% safe still. So, it's a lot to keep in mind, but it's a lot we can do to help add value to each other's lives while going through the holidays. Some people are totally alone this holiday
Exactly.
season. So, some of us have a house full of animals and we have kids and our spouses or whatever, but some people, somewhere there's somebody that is totally alone. And
Alone.
yeah, and they would appreciate just a simple card. Like I send out stickers, simple stickers, Black's Tropical Stickers, and we do this sticker swap on Instagram, and I love getting stickers. Like that's what I'm doing, sitting here putting my stickers up on the board so they can be displayed all the time, and I can keep up with what I'm getting. But I have tons of stickers, and I love it. And most of the time, I just get an envelope with a sticker in it. It doesn't have to say anything. It doesn't have to be anything with it, but just that personalized sticker from a gardening community or
Mm-hmm.
a homestead, and it speaks volume. It means I thought about you, and here's a little piece of me. Everybody's sticker that's
Exactly.
personalized is a piece of them. So and it make you feel good to get just that little bit.
And so, like for us, a big thing that we have done, because me and my husband both have been single soldiers. My son right now is in South Korea, and
Mhm.
he's out there by himself. And so, I asked my prayer group of ladies here to make sure they pray for him, because this is his first holiday alone. And he called me. He said, "Well, Mom, my first sergeant is going to do a potluck, and all the soldiers are going to go with him." And I said, "Thank you, Lord, for that." Because that was a tradition that me and my husband we started. And because we've been by ourselves on holidays, we never wanted anybody else to be by themselves. And not all the time can people afford to go home. A lot of people think that military people are rich to start off with. No,
No.
they're not.
Yeah.
And they have the same struggles as everyone else, and you're away from your family, you're away from loved ones, you might be in a place where you didn't make any friends. And so
Mm.
what we used to do is invite as many as we could feed over to our house. And the biggest one we had was the last year before we came here to Augusta. One of the soldiers, he called and he said, "Hey, I'm going to round up these soldiers that's in this barracks. I know that you invited me over, but is it okay if I invite them over?" And I said yes before I even checked the food, guys. I was just like, I said yes. And so I went in the kitchen. I was like, "Oh, Lord, do I have enough food to feed these people?" And I was like, "I'll make it work. I'll make it work.
Make it work.
Make extra vegetables, and I'll put some meat in the vegetables." And it worked out where I was able to send each one of them home with a small plate of food as well. And I was just so thankful. And I mean, they
Yeah.
were hugging me and hugging me and hugging me. And I was like, "Y'all, it's okay." But I really told him that I was proud of him,
Yeah.
because yes, we invited him over. I didn't know the other young people, but I told him, I said, for you to think about them. He said, I just started walking around and was like, dang, I didn't realize it was that many that were left in their rooms by
By
themselves.
themselves,
And
and
so he got as
especially,
many as he could fit in his car, and he
yeah,
brought them over to our little house. And I mean, we made do. Every people were standing on the balcony. They were in my living room, in my kitchen, but we made do.
that's right. Good morning, Bland's Promised Land. Okay, MT Homestead, you have a good day, Mr.
Thank
MT.
you.
Thank you for listening in. Kingsway Gardening. I definitely need your address. I'm like, she won't post it. She won't put. If you have a PO box,
Hmm.
y'all. If you have a PO box, please put your PO boxes in your about section. If you
Yes.
do not have a channel and you don't mind sharing, or you would like to share your address, you can email either myself or Food by Faith. Is your email in your about section?
Yes. My email is in my about section specifically for that type of stuff.
Yes. So make sure y'all email us. You know, Larita, I need your email. Soil sister. I'm like, I've been looking for your email. I mean, I don't need your email. I have your email. I need your address, Miss King. So, um, because I need to send you something. But
And at G Mama Grows, she said, it's sad but true that she knew soldiers that qualify for food stamps. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
I
I mean,
mean, it is, and there's a lot of programs out there. Whenever I had my son, I was still single. Me and my husband, we weren't married yet. And I was very prideful, guys. And it was because I I had been kind of talked about and different things by people. So I kind of held my son close to me. I didn't talk to anybody. And my husband is an extrovert. He talks to everybody. If they have a Arkansas Razorback, anything near them, oh, he your best friend. And that's why we match so well, because I'm an introvert. It's
yeah.
easier, I'm learning to be better. That's why I like being on with other people on YouTube.
Hmm.
um but it the military gave all single parents a gift card for groceries at Christmas time, and I was just so thankful. I was like, they had no idea I was broke.
Wow.
But
Yeah, yeah,
people, they don't realize that. Yes, now they're making more money now, but I went in 2000 and we did not make a lot of money.
yeah,
I went in because it was security. I knew that I would have a place to stay. I knew that they would feed me and that I would learn a trade. And I like discipline and structure. I really need structure in my life. And so that's why I enjoyed the military so much.
yeah,
And she's right. I mean, G Mama Grows, it's a lot that they qualify for food stamps. There were some that, like, I have helped people learn how to write checks, learn how to write out money orders. I mean, it's just the little things
yeah,
that they don't know.
yeah.
Things
The
are
little
getting
things we take
better,
for
but
granted.
yeah, little things that we take for granted.
Yeah.
There is actually also a Christmas gifting. So during the holidays, you know how they have those angel trees at Walmart and places like that. The military does that as well.
Mm,
And because I was a recipient of it one year, every year that I could get on the military base and get two of those angels off that tree, I did. And I gave a gift because I was a recipient of that. So why
yeah,
not pay it forward and bless
yeah,
somebody else? My family is doing much, much better now. But back then, as a single soldier, the struggle is real.
yeah, yeah. And Bland's Promised Land is that's who I was talking about. Processing the turkey this morning.
Hmm.
I couldn't do anything until I finished watching that video. Until finished watching that video. But y'all make sure y'all check out Bland's
Oh,
Promised
I
Land
am watching it today.
with their, and that is who is hosting the holiday treats that we did. So
Oh, okay. I
great
remember that.
channel. Yeah. Larita King. I was telling my husband last night about Kingsway Gardening. I said Kingsway Gardening she gotta have a professional camera crew out there with her or something.
Her videos, I was like, listen, her videos are so good. I said, girl, you put my little videos to shame. All the blue
Oh my
I be
goodness,
having going on, but her stuff kind of feeds into the next thing,
man!
and it's
Let me
really nice.
tell you, when I film, I give my husband about 15 clips to put together, and all I can do is pray for him. I just go on about my business and leave him alone because, and he'll say sometimes, you got to look at that video because I done looked at it so much to where I'm probably putting in two parts of the same thing somewhere and like so confused. And then I see something like Kingsway Gardening, and I'm like, just put the video together because some of this content we cannot. Kingsway Gardening and Lion Crest professional.
Yes.
I think Kingsway. I think she said it's her daughter. Mm-mm, that ain't your daughter. She then hired a professional videographer to come in and get it done. But her content is amazing. Oh my God! So y'all make sure y'all check out Bland's Promised Land and check that turkey processing out. She rocked that thing because I
And
let
make
me tell
sure
you,
y'all join in on the holiday, the hashtag holiday treats. I thought it was just so fun to be
yes,
able to do that. And
yes,
I watched some of the other things that Bland's Promised Land have put up, and they're amazing. So
yes.
do the
Very.
hashtag holiday
Let me
treats.
tell you,
It's fun.
they are very entertaining. I love the end of the turkey process when she gave her her husband, oh, high five. Oh, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. But she gave him high five with them bloody hands. I was like, yes, yes. She kept looking at her hands. They were both bloody. But I said, hey, that's homesteading. They got
Mhm.
their turkey in the they got a turkey in the refrigerator for Thanksgiving. They got a turkey in the freezer for Christmas. That's how you do it. That is
Exactly.
how you do it. And I can only imagine that turkey is going to taste better than most of our turkeys, well, any of our turkeys coming from the store because my Cornish cross chickens that we process, I'll take that any day over anything that come out of the store. So great.
I have been trying
Stage
to
and Stone
convince
just did
that
theirs.
husband of mine to get me some chickens. He was like, we can't have chickens. I said, yes, we can. We can
Yeah.
have chickens. We just can't have a rooster. He was like, girl, now you got a dog. You got half of the yard for gardening.
Good morning, Rebecca, Nick, and Dale, Sage, and Stone. Good morning. Glad y'all
Good
could join
morning,
us.
everybody.
But
Oh, Sage
yeah,
and
it
Stone Homestead say they just did turkeys this week too. I'm gonna have
just
to check
did
that
turkey.
out.
I love seeing it's like them I love watching I love watching them processed animals. I couldn't figure I was like, I don't think I could do this chicken thing, but I got up early in the morning and prayed and got my woosahs together. While my husband laid in bed and waited on breakfast, I'm like, ooh, he good because I can't eat nothing till I get this out the way. But it was great. 3 hours, we had 19 chickens ready for the freezer. It felt good.
Wow.
And then when we ate one, I was like, oh man, I
I
don't know
mean,
how many
that's
chickens we
my
got ordered.
brother-in-law, my little sister's husband in South Carolina. Like him and my two nephews, their oldest child is 10 years old. And my nephew can go out, shoot a squirrel, and process it. And I just be looking at them like my sister, she just be shaking her head. Her and her two daughters, so she has two daughters and two sons. And the two
Survival
girls
skills.
they just be looking like, and it just blows my mind. My brother-in-law, there was he drives truck, and so there was an alligator in the road.
Mm-hmm.
He got out, he killed it, chopped that tail off. I said, what are you gonna do with that? He
All
was
that
like,
meat.
alligator tail. I was like, no, no. I, but
That was
to
some good
him,
meat.
it's just like, hey, we're gonna eat. He will go out, he'll shoot. He has all his guns because he's a hunter. Him and my nephew,
Mm-hmm.
he has taught them how to properly discharge the weapons to only shoot animals, and It just blows my mind when they kill a deer and all that, and then they take it to someone else to be processed. But I'm just like, this, they 10 and 8. And
At home with Cherie said, what are they doing with the squirrels? Let me tell you.
Cherie, them and their pastor in the back, their pastor lives behind them. Squirrels and turtles. Squirrel soup, turtle soup. I'm not eating it.
Ooh, yes. Hey, you got to do, I mean, get it mentally. Once you get your mind good, you are okay. Thank you, Larita. So be looking out for me. But yeah, G Mama Grows, I'm fascinated with processing videos too. My husband, like he loved to sit and watch somebody break down a whole cow or whole pig. It's
Wow.
fascinating to see where your meat come from, but to see
Mm-hmm.
people do it in real life, hey, it's great. But Sage and Stone asks, rabbits. I think I may have eaten a rabbit when I was younger, but I don't remember. However, we just breed one of our rabbits on Sunday. So I'm actually looking forward to stewing a rabbit or doing something with it. Somebody said fried rabbit, which sounds real good to me. So I am truly a Southern girl now. Anything fried has got to be great. But yeah, Cherie with those faces.
And AZ Highland Homestead, she said everything living has a value on the farm, and that is the absolute truth.
That
That's the
is the truth.
absolute truth. And I think one of the big things, if I am able to get some hens, if I can convince that husband of mine to get some chickens, I'm going to have to train my dog. So I have a small Jack Russell Terrier,
Mm-hmm.
and he kills birds and he kills
Mm-hmm.
lizards. And so I'm really going to have to train them. I mean, I think that the chickens will probably peck him and he'll leave them alone, but he
Yeah.
can jump so high to catch birds. And
Yeah.
he only bothers them if they come in my back. So I have a screen in back porch. If they come in that back porch, they're as good as gone. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to try to help them get out because I'm like, listen, this is your last day on earth if you stay on this back porch. So
Yeah. So when
I
we
do need to train him that that's not something for you to mess with.
got our chickens, so we have two Rottweilers, and when when we got our chickens, you can kind of tell the female is a little timid by them, so I don't trust her around them. Now the boy, he will come. He used to come and lay in a room with them and just watch them because you could see through their box, and he would
Mm-hmm.
just lay there and watch them. And sometimes they would get out the box and walk over his head and around his feet, and he wouldn't bother him. He would just sit and watch. I think I got a short with him, just sitting there watching the chickens walk around and have fun, but would not bother him. That girl, I just don't trust her. So, and I don't think I will ever trust her. But even though now the chickens are bigger, they outside, when I let them out to free range for a few minutes while I go in and give them food or whatever, I put the dogs up just because, I never know when they may decide, hey, let me get one because I can get one right
Yeah.
now. So, like my boy, he sit out by the woods and he hunt squirrels all day. Like all day you look outside and that's what he doing, sitting, looking in the trees. And one day
Mm-hmm.
they got a squirrel. But what he do is he just get them and throw them around and play with them. And the girl will come and take it from him. So I think that's how they killed the squirrel, because he will play with it where she is like, no, I'm going to eat this. So, so you got to be careful,
Yeah.
and sometimes they just will never care for chickens or whatever. So we keep our chickens enclosed anyway most of the time. The only time they come out is when we can either control. My husband is out there and he can help me control the dogs, or I just put them up so the girls can free range a few minutes. But as soon as they food hit the container, they come right back in the house like, oh, that's it for me. So, but it's fun. I did not grow up raising animals at all other than dogs. My mom had rabbits when my nieces were younger, but I didn't do anything with those rabbits. I had nothing to do with hunting or cleaning animals. Me and my brother tried to clean a turkey when we were younger. That didn't work out too well. So, now I'm to the point where I'm like, hey, I love this life. And I want more land because I want pigs and turkeys and a cow or two or a few. I want goats. So, but it's exciting. I love
It
it. And I
is.
saw, who was it? Rebecca Davis said she had 10 acres and hadn't ventured on to animals yet. When you do, yes. No, Regina Love. When you do, Soil Sister, ain't no coming back from it. So it is great. I'm
I
trying to
am. I'm.
see.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to convince my husband, Larita King. She was saying that
Yes.
her husband told her no for a while, and then he finally gave in. I really just want him to give in and just say yes, so I can get them chickens. So then I asked, I'm gonna do a short on Thursday to show you guys the amount of land that my mother has. My mother has
Mhm.
no food or no animals on her land. I'm about to remedy that problem right now. I got 4 blueberry bushes that I just brought so that I can put on her property. And
Mhm.
then I'm gonna put some trees out there. And so I asked her, I said, well, can I put some chickens out there? She was like, no. I was like, just no.
Let me tell you, she'll be so happy. Look, Larita King said she got her first egg. She said her husband refused eggs. Finally, he gave in. She just got her first egg. Let me tell you, that is the most exciting moment ever to get that first egg. That first egg. Like we were watching our girls. I'm like, can y'all give us one
One.
egg? Finally, good morning, Sunny's Place. How you doing, Emma? Finally got those eggs, and woo, we had some eggs rolling in. But it's a great feeling when something that you raise, take care of, grow, finally produce and give you something back. It's like, man, even though we get poop from our chickens now, rabbits, but just to get those eggs, I'm like, I haven't bought an egg in so long. I was like,
Exactly. And I always tell my little sister, I say, you're blessed because you're in an area where, so she doesn't garden at all. She wants nothing to do with it. She will go crabbing and fishing, but she doesn't garden. And I think it has a lot to do with her pastor that lives right behind her. He gardens and he brings her kids along. So whatever they grow, she gets it from there. The guy down, because they're the youngest people in their neighborhood. So the
mhm.
guy down the street gives them eggs from his chickens. The people around the corner sends the kids home with fruit and vegetables. And so she's blessed in that way that she's like, I don't have to do that because the community, hooks me up. And then of
Yeah.
course her husband does the hunting, so he gets the deers and all that different stuff. Now when he, like I told you about them squirrels and rabbits and stuff, she like, y'all better tell me whether it's squirrel, rabbit, or turtle before I eat it.
That's what my sister-in-law, Melissa James, said. Good morning. My sister said, when I come to y'all house, we're going to have to go get our own food. It's okay to try our chicken, Melissa. I'm telling you, it is great. And you know how picky I am about my food. So,
Yes.
yeah. But what did Emma said, her duck started laying. So, do duck eggs taste different from chicken? I don't eat eggs at all, but is it a difference in the taste, Sonny's Place?
And are they bigger? Who lays the speckled eggs? Is it Cornish
What
hens or ducks or turkeys? Somebody lays a speckled
a
looking
speckled?
egg.
Yeah, I think that's is it a guinea that lay a speckled egg?
So do you eat guinea eggs? Do people eat guineas? Like my mom has some wild guineas that have come to her house, but they kind of just roost on her fence and they eat bugs. But outside of
Um,
that, I don't do you eat them?
I don't know. David
They're
Hunt,
an ugly bird.
do you eat guinea? Good morning, David Hunt. Do you eat guinea or I don't know. David Hunt said he don't eat nothing but grits and okra, I think.
Oh,
Oh
Rain
no, he
Rain
don't eat
in
grits and
Love says
okra.
the quail eggs are the speckled ones. And
Well,
AZ Highland Homestead say yes, the eggs taste different and the flavor is good in both but different. Okay.
oh, okay. That's interesting, but ducks are bigger. Duck eggs are bigger and more rich.
Hey, David Hunt, like I'm not eating none of it. Just
Yeah,
I know. So
yeah.
somebody, Sonny's Place, AZ Highland Homestead, somebody let us know about these guineas.
I'm starting fights in these streets. It sounds like you right along with blind guy, his wife, they life. Plant baby.
Yeah, hey, he don't
We
want to come on outside. He want to be over
yeah.
there with Laquita. That's all right. That's all
Look,
right.
and even Bougie Prepper like, oh nope, I go back over here. Y'all can have the meat. Just give me the vegetables and the fruit.
Hey, they say we done ventured too far asking about them duck eggs and guineas and rabbits and squirrels.
Yes, even Andale. And they're like, I can't help y'all.
And damn, I thought you was on our side. You know you got the land of plenty. Now you got
One of the evil ones, okra. Okra. Oh, my husband loved okra.
I cannot stand
Oh,
okra.
he'll eat duck eggs. See, I don't. Okay, Sonny. Sonny said my husband doesn't really like eggs, but He'll eat duck eggs. I don't care for eggs. I don't like eggs,
I
like
love eggs.
scrambled or
I'll eat them
something.
every day.
I can eat a boiled egg. Yeah, the guineas are loud.
Yes, they are.
Thanks for stopping by, Nick. Az. Mm. I well, I don't. I do. I am. And Dale said, just a little bit, like put me on a teeter totter and just let me go back and forth a little bit, just a little bit. Good morning, Janet. But it's amazing, the things that we learn. You'll eat chicken eggs on occasion. Oh, okay, David Hunt. That sounds about right. It's amazing what we can learn from each other, you
Oh
know.
no, Sherry, you see what Lavender for Luck said? I can't do it. She said it's a delicacy in Europe to eat eggs with the chicks in them, and people love it.
Yeah,
No,
balut.
ma'am.
It's called balut. And in the Philippines, they eat that too.
Mm-mm.
No
Now
thanks.
I do know in Europe they don't refrigerate their eggs because they don't wash the stuff on the outside off, so they can
Yeah.
when you buy them out of the grocery store, they're not refrigerated, and their eggs taste good. And their chicken, a lot of their chickens are yellow because
Mm,
of what they feed them. But I don't want to eat the chicken with the baby chicken. There, I
yeah.
can't do that.
We don't refrigerate our eggs. We just set them on the counter and like I froze some just because I to get through the summer. I mean, to get through the winter when they may slow up laying, but I'm still getting tons of eggs. So just in case they slow up laying, I won't have to buy eggs because I have some frozen. But
Hmm.
we don't refrigerate because I don't wash the film off.
Yeah.
So we bring them in, we just set them right on the counter, and it's good. But
And that was one of the things I was learning from everybody who does have chickens. They were stating that as long as you don't wash the outside film off, you don't have
mhm,
to refrigerate them. It's because again, in the US, everything has to be beautiful. That they wash everything up, and if somebody
mhm,
gets a little speck on their egg, they don't buy it because they think it's something wrong with it.
yeah, clean the eggs as we use them, but don't have refrigerated. Yeah, but Cherie
Hmm.
says she can eat eggs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think my husband can do two, six at a
Me
time.
too.
He eats 6 eggs. I cook him 6 eggs in the morning. A lot of eggs, and he could probably eat it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, especially with pancakes, sausage, and he'll be happy. But ooh, I can boil an egg and eat it, or egg salad. I do like a little bit, but not scrambled eggs.
Hey, so good Gardner said he loved fresh eggs. As soon as they drop them, he catch them and fry them.
Yep, those fresh butt nuggets ain't nothing like those fresh butt nuggets. Wee. But yeah, so we got our Friendsgiving
Hmm.
out the way, and I shared your Friendsgiving video on my community tab because I want other people to see it and join in.
Yes.
It's for anybody, long as Miss Faith or we can get an address.
Yeah.
Hey, join in on Friendsgiving. Make sure you think about somebody for the holidays, like David Hunt, who like sugar in his grits, and send somebody a card thanking them, or just saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you today," or that time you processed that chicken and posted on YouTube, whatever it is. But we are all here for each other. I want to hear about UConn.
Yeah. So before I go, I am going to talk about Yukon because I need to get my butt in this kitchen. But if any of you have heard of Yukon, it is Yakon. And so they have what they call an original yukon, and then they have a purple yukon. And it grows like potatoes grow. So I buy mine from a local nursery, and he has already rooted it. If that's how you describe it.
Mhm,
So I buy it it comes in a little small pot. And once you purchase it the first time, you won't have to purchase it again. You can actually, any tubers that do not grow fully, you can replant them.
mhm,
But they take about 3 to 6 months to develop. And it's a root crop. And again, just like the potato, you'll see all the greenery growing from out of the ground, but the tubers are under the dirt. You can grow them garden beds, in containers, in garden bags. But the flavor is, they call them ground apples. And it is
mhm,
because it really does taste like an apple. When you first pull it up out of the ground, it looks like maybe what they call a yam or just a regular potato. So when you pull it up, because you can actually pull the whole plant up, and you'll see the tubers are attached to, just like the potato, the tubers are attached, and you wash them up. So when I grew one last season, I pulled the plant up, I washed it up, and I ate it raw because I wanted to, yes, Sonny's place. I wanted to see if the guy at my nursery was telling the truth. I was like, he said it tastes like an apple. I wanna try it. And so it did have a very sweet flavor. It's not
mhm,
overly sweet like fruit is, but you can tell that it's not a potato. And
mhm.
I enjoyed the flavor. And with that, I thought of all the different things that I could do with it. I could grate it up and put it in a slaw. I could grate it up and put it in my chow chow. Or what I did, I actually roasted it in the oven with a little bit of salt, cinnamon, and brown sugar, and I ate it like that.
You welcome, David Hunt. I gave David Hunt a wrench because, whew,
He
I
liked
see
that
him
sugar in his grits.
talking about his sugar and his grits. So I want to make sure we all see that. And he calling blind guy out. So, but yeah, I was looking for that Yukon too, and I think Sonny's place and somebody else was talking about it.
And
It's
so
called
Sunny's place, I see where she said in her zone in Missouri, she has grown jicama. So that is
okay,
one that I want to grow next season as well, because I want to see if it tastes
like
homegrown, if it tastes like the yacon. So I've tasted
okay,
jicama from out of the grocery store, and I liked it. It gave the flavor of an apple or a pear.
okay. So I have jicama at home with Cherie send me yam beans, right? At home with Cherie. What's wrong with sugar and grits?
Sugar
I
goes in
think
oatmeal
so.
and in cream of wheat.
It goes a little bit goes in spaghetti. At home with Cherie sent me yam beans, and a lot of people. I think I got yam beans somewhere, but it is yeah, yam beans. What is it called? Jicama.
Jicama.
That's what yam beans are. So I was happy when I looked them up the other day and I saw that yam beans were jicama. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm excited to try that, but I do want to try the Yukon. But if it's the same, I'm not sure if I need both. But
So it's always good to attempt. Just like, okay, this year I actually bought taro
mm,
from Publix. So I bought it from Publix. I and I just put the tuber in a pot. So now I'm not gonna eat the taro, but I like the flowers that come from it. So it looks it's one of the it's in the elephant ear family, but it's
oh, okay.
actually a vegetable.
Mm,
And so right now I have two in my front yard. I have one in a pot and I have one by my front door, and they are growing beautifully. And honestly, I brought the taro. I ended up paying maybe 99 cents for it. I brought the root from Publix and plopped it in the ground. And it likes moist soil.
mm.
And now I have some really, they're small right now because it's winter, but they're really pretty.
So I see. Look at home, Cherie. I like sweet grits and salty grits. I like salty, salt, pepper, and butter. I don't know about no. What did Wally say? Wealth Talk Production said yes, and oatmeal. I don't know about no cream of wheat. Where do
Only
you?
northerners eat cream of wheat.
Yeah, that is a northern. My
That's
brother mixed
my
cream of
father
wheat
is
with
from New
grits.
York and they ate cream of wheat.
Yeah,
In
my
the
dad
South, we
did
eat
too.
oatmeal.
My dad ate cream of wheat and scrapple,
And I'm
and
not eating scrapple.
my brother mixed cream of wheat with grit. What did I see? Somebody asked, "Where can I purchase Yukon?" I don't know because I've been looking for them, but I can't find it.
So lavender for luck, it's I didn't purchase a seed. So it's kind of like a start. So
Hmm.
I got it from a place called Trusty Farms. So
Yeah,
Trusty Farms. And he's in Jackson, South Carolina, and he has a website. So you can either get it from him. His name is Ryan Trusty, and he'll answer all your questions, which is why I like to purchase certain things from him. Or you can get it from Etsy.
good. Okay, so Wealth Talk Productions just joined us. He said, "Catch me up. Who is the special guest?" So, who is Food by Faith? For those who came in late, let us know who Food by Faith is.
Well, hello, everybody that came in. We thank you for joining us. I am Food by Faith. My name is Shaka Faith, and I'm in Zone 8A, Georgia. I love food from the garden to the table. I've been on YouTube for a little while now, and I have different videos from different food that I make as well as my garden. I absolutely love my little homestead here in Georgia. Um, and I came across Black's Tropical Homestead and was so blown away by all the things that they were able to do right there in Savannah. It just kind of blew me away. And excuse me just one second. It kind of blew me away, and I enjoy watching YouTube and being part of the community. Um, right now, earlier we were talking about the Friendsgiving,
Mhm.
and what we're trying to do is if you have a P.O. box or you're willing to share your address with me or Miss Sherry, we are wanting to give some seeds or a gift, a recipe, or just send you some words of encouragement in the mail. And we just want everybody to pay it forward in that way so that everybody gets a little gift of love in the mail this year.
Sounds good. So I have well, I just made Laura a mod, so y'all can feel free to drop links for everybody. Kingsway Gardening. Look, y'all go check out that production she got going on over there. We're gonna have
Yes.
to borrow your team one day. But Food by Faith, King, I mean, it's tons of Sonny's Place all over the world. David Hunt, let me tell you, when you want to relax at 6 o'clock in the morning, you turn to David Hunt and listen to him play that piano. Oh
Woo.
my goodness. He can put anybody to sleep. Mennonite make everything homemade. Everything. I mean, when I say everything, it is not a everything homemade at Mennonite Farmhouse. I mean,
I'm
it's
going to
some
check them out because
great.
I want to make some. I have sourdough starter and I want to make some bread today, and so I'm going to check her out.
What seeds we working with? Oh, David. Shh, shh. Don't nobody tell blind guy that David is here, and don't tell David that blind guy is here. David has the juice now. Can you believe it? David said sugar goes in grits. So I said, well, let me give you a wrench and let you battle it out with blind guy. So wealth talk. Oh, what seeds we working with?
So for
Do you
me,
have
I
a
have a
backyard to
couple
grow them
of
in?
different type of seeds that I want to send out. So I grew when I was in Germany. I brought back a packet of seeds called red curry squash or Hokkaido
Mhm.
squash, and I grew some, and I thought it was amazing. I had my mom use the two squash. They look like little pumpkins, and she used them and made her sweet potato recipe with them. And I made everybody in the family taste it. It was amazing.
What?
So next season I will be growing that, but I want to share some of those seeds, some microgreen seeds, with others.
And it's like similar to a sweet potato.
So it tasted the pie, because I told them that it wasn't a sweet potato pie. Otherwise, they would not have known it.
What?
But it looks like, I wish I had the seed packet so I could show you. But I have a video showing it's a red curry squash, and it grows kind of like, looks like a pumpkin. Actually, the vines are really progressive, so you really need to trellis it up. But it was good. We
Really? Because and
really, really enjoyed it. And
I'm
I
making
told her, I
sweet
said,
potato
I
pie.
mashed it up. I didn't put anything in it. And then I said, Mom, can you make your sweet potato recipe, but use this squash? And she did it.
Mhm.
And we ate that pie.
I'm making sweet potato pies today. My husband loves sweet potato pies. I do not eat sweet potatoes at all, but I can make his pie. Yeah, my sister-in-law, she grew squash. My brother grew squash last year. And then she found out my brother don't like squash. So she made squash pie with her squash. And my mom said it reminded her of a lemon meringue pie or a lemon pie. So that was interesting, but woo,
Yeah,
Lavender
so for
Fluff, you
me, I
making
tend to
sweet potato
grow.
too.
I do not like yellow squash at all. I don't
Mhm,
understand. I don't like it. Now I will eat zucchini. I think it's amazing, and there's so many other uses for it. But
mhm,
when it comes to the other squashes, I tend to grow the ones that lean toward pumpkins, sweet pumpkins, because
mhm.
I know that I can sub them when a recipe calls for sweet potato. I know that I can sub that type of pumpkin or squash for sweet potato. I can't sub yellow squash for nothing.
I do not eat sweet potatoes, Mennonite. I don't know I can't figure it out, but I can make pies and I just go by the way it look and the way it smell, and I'm like, okay, that's good. Pour it in the shell. And my husband said it's great. I don't eat it. And I'll try to taste it when it's done, but I need a whole lot of crust with a little tiny bit of the sweet potato. And I'm like, oh, that tastes pretty good. So yeah. But
But not enough for you to eat a whole lot of it.
no, not at all. But if y'all can drop Mennonite Farmhouse link, Juicing with Jay, let me tell you, Juicing with Jay got me loaded with pomegranate cuttings. I'm out there like watching them every day. So Juicing with Jay, y'all can drop his link. He out there growing pomegranate that we all out here drooling for. My sister-in-law, she said, "Oh, I don't like pomegranate, but your brother loves it." I'm about to change her mind with that. And I
Hmm.
don't even know what it tastes like, but they look so good. How can you not? So
And
come
his
to your
tree
house.
is so big. I mean, his tree is huge.
It's huge, and the fruit when he take the fruit when he take the inside out. Oh my! It look like candy. What's up,
Hmm.
Snuggles?
Hey,
You
Snuggle
enjoy
six
listening
six
to women
eight.
talk about doing what comes natural to them. That's right. Let me tell you, one thing I love doing is cooking, cleaning, and growing now. That is why we call everybody Soil Brother, Soil Sister, Soil
Yes.
Family, because everybody is growing. It don't have to be in the garden, but everybody is growing. You may be growing
Mm-hmm.
your bank account, you may be growing your family, you may be growing whatever it is you growing, it make you Soil Family. So that's why I
Yes.
love it here. And yeah, it feels so natural to be able to get up and contemplate. I'm gonna cook this today. I need to clean this and I need to focus on that. Hey, I love it. So
I
y'all
love
check
everything
out.
about it, and I love to be able to support my community.
Yeah,
There are so many times, and I've seen other ones of our what Broke calls internet cousins, and
internet
our
cousins.
our soil families, just sharing and showing. And I like to be able to. I know that we all can sometimes find a sale on plants at your big box store, but there isn't anybody in that big box store that you can ask any questions about that plant. There isn't anybody who you can ask questions about that seedling. So I travel the 30 minutes to my local nursery, and he will sit right there and he'd be like, okay. So he's the one that got me into growing the yacon. I went there for
Mhm,
something totally different. I went there to pick up a Meyer lemon as well as a brown select satsuma.
mhm.
And he sells sugarcane juice. So he presses the sugarcane. So I went there to pick those things up, and his wife was telling me about the yacon. And I was like, well, what does it taste like? And he was like, a ground apple. I said, put it in there. I got to try it. And that's what I like about them. Or I can send him a message on Facebook and he'll say,
Mhm.
okay, try this. Oh, you should try this. He never tries to upsell me. He never tries to, it's all about the knowledge. And I
Yeah.
enjoy that. And it does make me purchase more from him because I know that he's going to give me a better understanding. Oh, yeah, David Hunt. He sells sugarcane cuttings, he mails them out. I'm growing sugarcane in the back, but not enough to warrant a press. So I bought 3 quarts of sugarcane juice from him, and I've been tearing it up, adding it to my
Yeah, I
whipping
saw you.
tea, my green tea.
Yeah, you were making tea with it. That was great. It was something so we are growing 3 different variety of sugarcane. So we'll buy a press because we got a lot of sugarcane out
Yes.
there. But we got a Hawaiian, I forgot the exact name, but it's a Hawaiian variety that's real soft. And you're supposed to be able to just eat the whole thing because it's so soft. But I'm excited about that one. It's growing up nice and big. We got a black and a red variety. So, and they're all very sweet right now.
Hmm.
So it's good. He got sugar cane. Yep. Sugar cane. So he does have a Facebook.
Yes, he has a Facebook. On Facebook is Ryan Trusty or Trusty Farms,
Mhm.
and then he has a site as well. And he posts the different things as well as like I asked him. I was able to buy honey from him last season, and so I asked him. I said, "Well, are you going to be selling honey this season?" And I saw that you bought a sugarcane press. Can I buy the juice from you? And he said, "Oh yeah, you can buy the juice. You can whenever you." Are ready to pick up or you want it, let me know and I'll press it that day.
Yeah. That's good. That's great. I mean, and fresh.
Yes.
Yeah, juicing with Jay. Let me tell you why juicing with Jay could be my best friend. I will smoothie anything. Well, let me say, he could be my husband's best friend because he juice everything. I'm like, why is he juicing that? That man will juice anything. And I
Anything.
want to freeze it all and make a smoothie. He like, you'll turn anything into a smoothie. Okay, meanwhile, you over here juicing it. So
Exactly. Meanwhile, you over here juicing everything.
yes. And Wally, yes, you did hear sugarcane. He said sugarcane where at? Sugarcane every we came to Florida and I saw banana trees off in the woods somewhere. And I said, oh man, we went to this nursery. I said, We should go over here to see these bananas. And my husband was like, okay. So we pull up in this, and you couldn't see anything. And I'm like, I hope they don't mind us riding through here. It was sugarcane galore. We rolled through. I mean, it was acres of farmland. They had sugarcane, bananas, squash. I mean, some of everything. We were just riding and looking. So finally, we saw somebody and was like, "Hey, y'all don't mind us riding through here and looking?" He said, "No." So it was a bunch of different farmers. We were in Miami,
Mm.
and they own this one plot of land, and they all farm from there. And that's where we got black sugarcane. It was so good, but woo, we had so many plants when we went to Florida a couple months ago.
Wow. I was able to get sugar cane from Turf Therapy, and as well my cousin, he has a small farm in South
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, and I traded him, like, I make homemade vanilla. So I traded him some vanilla for some sugar cane.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about it is I put some in a container, and one I thought was dried out, so I threw it in one of my flower beds, and I was like, "Oh, it'll mulch down." It grew. And so once it grew really tall, I had to dig it up, and then I transplanted it someplace else. But I was like, my sister kept saying, "What is that?" I said, "Oh my gosh, it's the sugar cane." I thought it was gonna mulch down, but it liked that area and it just grew.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, dragon fruit will do the same thing. It will keep growing. It'll keep rooting, and it's just laying on the side of the bucket, on the side of the pot. But
Wow.
it will root. It will live forever and not touch water or sand or dirt. It's crazy, but it will keep rooting. It'll throw those air roots out. We got crazy dragon fruit out there, but it's amazing, how a lot of these plants will survive off little to no care. So when you do give it care, it's like, hey, I love it here. So a little bit goes a long way, but I'm
Mhm.
definitely um uh Sunny said she had to go to a meeting. She back now. But let's see. Do you all ever switch up what you grow because it removes certain nutrients from the soil? We switch up all the time, Snuggles. We switch up what we grow. I mean, we grow a lot, like all of our tropical plants, we pretty much keep the same. But in our garden, we switch up different things. Like right now, we have cabbage and what we got out there? Broccoli and collards out there. We had beans. We pulled the beans. So now it's trying to figure out what do we want to put out here? Maybe garlic. I'm about to harvest our turmeric and make turmeric powder and garlic powder. So, switching things up, but I'm gonna plant more turmeric so that next year we'll have more, but I powder what we have and make more. So always. You sure can, Leanne. Look, I don't mind passing out a wrench, but kiss my grass. Good morning, soil
Good
sister.
morning.
It's like, did she say kiss my what? Kiss my
And good
grass.
morning, Rambling with the Brums. I was on your channel the other day checking things out.
Who is that?
Oh,
Oh, Scott. Yeah, we don't have
hey,
Mr.
Hedgehog's
Bobster,
Homestead.
but I don't mind y'all dropping links. Uh, I love to help, you know, network, help each other grow, not only in the yard but in YouTube too, because it's a lot of great content creators out here that we overlook or just don't know about. And some people need a little bit more spotlight because they are
Mhm.
great. Food
And
by Faith is
um,
one.
Snuggle 668 asks, yes, thank you so much. Do we check for the nutrients in our soil? That's a second part of their first question. I do not. When I was having some issues with my soil, Farmer Q at Lioncrest Outdoors emailed me and told me exactly
What to
what to
do?
do. I have a bucket outside right now of something called JMS, and he showed me through email exactly how to put it together. And that
Mhm.
was so that I could place good nutrients into my soil to combat any bad things that I had growing in there, and it's worked.
I let my husband run that department, you know, keeping up with the soil, what we need to, whatever is going on with the soil. I let him handle that process, but I do get out there and help him. Like I weed and harvest. I do the simple things, but I just started gardening a couple months ago. So I try not to overstep my boundary because I'm not too sure of exactly what to do, but the things that he have taught me, that's what I try to make sure he never have to go out and weed or, harvesting tons of cayenne pepper or bell pepper or something. I try to make sure I do that. So, but
Yeah.
other than that, I don't keep up with the nutrients of the soil, or which I know is important, but I know my husband got that covered. So that's my team.
Exactly. I
And
mean,
I let him do it.
I of course replace any nutrients that I know that I've removed out of the soil. And yes, I do compost. Just like this morning, when I got up to take the dog out, I made white grape jelly, or green grape jelly, and I took that mush, I took some coffee grounds and all that, and I dumped it. So I have a compost bin, but I also sometimes just dump it right into the soil and turn
Mhm.
it inside the soil. Same thing for some beans that I pulled up, and I shelled some peas yesterday, and I turned that right into the soil and just let it feed the soil.
Yeah, yeah.
And thank
Good.
you, Mennonite Farmhouse. I will be checking that out because I am going to make the bread today, and I'll let you know how
Oh,
it
okay.
turns out.
You making sourdough bread today, right?
Yeah, and she gave me the link to a recipe that she has because I was going over to her page to check it out because I knew she had one.
Yeah, she cooking up some stuff over there. Good morning, Miss Catherine and Lady Cheryl. I think that's everybody. Yep. And
Hmm.
yeah, y'all share those links. Y'all check out Food by Faith. Check out her Friends Giving. I shared it on my community tab. I have her channel link pinned in the top of this stream. They are running channels. Y'all check out everybody. Rumbling with the Broom, Scott. He is a great promoter. He support everybody in the growing community. Excellent. So, I mean, it's a lot here. Same. I help harvest and prepare. Exactly, Melissa. That's my sister-in-law. We talk every day
Hmm.
about harvest and preparing, like her broccoli. Good morning, Real Talk with Melissa. So let me tell y'all before I forget. Snuggles, Snuggles saying, "Are you located in Florida?" We are all located in
In
Georgia. Food
Georgia.
by Faith and Black's Tropical. But Tuesday, next Tuesday, we are hosting Watch and Grow. So what that is Ridge Life. Tim over at Ridge Life, he usually hosts a Watch and Grow every Tuesday, but he passed up a couple weeks so that he could take a break. So he'll do 1 week out of the month, and our week is the 30th. So on the 30th at 7 p.m., we will host a Watch and Grow. So during the Watch and Grow, I have tons of mods that at 6 o'clock you'll come in the chat and start chatting, speaking to everybody. And when I see you, I probably start early because I really don't know what I'm doing, but I got to try to figure it out and make sure I got everything prepared. So I may start at 5. People pop in and start talking in the chat and speaking to each other, and I will queue up a video of everybody, as many as I can, in the chat, so that at 7 o'clock when I go live, I can start playing with videos and showing everybody, this is Food by Faith, and y'all should check her out, and how many other subs you have, which really isn't a big deal, but um, so that we can introduce different channels to each other and encourage people to go over, check you out, watch a couple videos, like, share, and subscribe, or like and comment and subscribe. So we'll do that. I think we'll run that for about an hour, but We'll do that on Tuesday, and that is just a watch and grow. And we will shout out different channels, run links through, even though we run links through all of our lives, we will
Hmm.
run links the entire time through this, and help channels grow and help people be recognized. Because sometimes, people put things on their channel that somebody need to see, but they just don't know where to go and find
Where
it.
to go and find it.
Yeah, especially when it's good information. So, you know, I think that's a good way to introduce people to new people and teach people of different things, because we'll pick a good video and, you know, show off some of your talents and some of what your channel is about. So that'll be great to try to catch that watch and grow. Um, let
But
me
thank
see.
you for having me today. I need to get up, get out, and get in this
Yes,
kitchen. And
yes.
one last question to answer. I know Snuggles wanted to know if we had clay soil over here. Yes, we do. So I have raised beds and I have containers, and I'll mix some of my clay soil in. The only
Mhm.
thing that I grow in the ground here right now are blueberries, because blueberries and hydrangeas, because they love the clay soil.
Yes. Like me making sugarcane, exactly, juicing with Jay. Like you making sugarcane juice. Faith made sugarcane tea the other day. I
The
thought it
other
was
day.
excellent. So, hey, we got a lot to learn from each other. Y'all check out each other channels. Like I said, the links are there. They are running links. But I need to cook too. I have sweet potato pies to try to smell out. But I appreciate you all. Y'all make sure y'all check out Food by Faith. Look, no, check out Kingsway Garden and her whole production over
And
there.
her whole production system.
Yes. Check out Food by Faith, her friends giving. She explained it again on her channel. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to these people. Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They go live tomorrow at 11:15. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Try to anyway. Right, David Hunt? So let's learn from each other. Y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving. We will catch y'all on Friday here at Black's Tropical with my husband. He'll be home and ready to chat it up with y'all. But I appreciate y'all for listening to us. I appreciate y'all for getting in on Faith's Friendsgiving. See, look at that. David Hunt, I'm first. We'll see about that tomorrow. But y'all have a great Tuesday. Cook something, share something, love each other, pray for each other. Do what it takes to help each other grow. Faith, I appreciate you
Thank
sitting and
you.
chatting with us today. This was great. So let's keep teaching. Hey, Andell is going live. I'm glad she popped in here. Andell is going live at 11 o'clock. Y'all go raid Andell so she can't keep up with the chat. 11 a.m. Eastern. Andell
Yes,
home
go. Y'all
sale.
have to check out the land of plenty.
Land of plenty. Let me tell y'all, when y'all hear Andell's voice, you're gonna fall in love. Y'all go check out Andell at 11 o'clock. She got what, 20 minutes? Go raid her comment section. She gonna be like, oh my God, I don't know what to start. Y'all check her out. Show some love. Think about somebody this holiday season and show some love. It's not gonna hurt. Trust me, it will not hurt. God bless y'all. Let's keep doing what we doing. There she go. Lauren just dropped her link. Y'all go check out Andell. We will catch y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, Faith.